the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor? And when did you know you were in for a big night?
Getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. And if I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The Diesel will come. He smells blood.
So just 7 points a quarter. So just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for. And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for? That gives you 16 rebounds. But that gives you 16 rebounds instead of 10. I'm going to change the subject.
Shaq.
I'm going to change the subject. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me alone. Hands off. Kenny, help.
The Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Jabari Parker is out there with Slim. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Tyler Zeller, and it's Middleton in at the 2 spot. And he gets it to go.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, and I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer, Clark. He's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender, and I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Clock at 6. Teague on the double team. Here's Antetokounmpo. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Now here's Wiggins. Here's the 3. And the shot is good. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Timberwolves on defense. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Now here's Towns. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 5 points so far.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And here we go. Fast break.
That happened.
Yeah.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Middleton kicks to Parker. Baseline try. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
A lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now here's Towns. He's covered by Zeller, and Towns gets it to go.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Makes it off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The three ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
And pushing it up again is Minnesota, again in transition.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Carl Anthony.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Last year, Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin. But few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. .139 left here in the first quarter. Henson with the screen. There's a screen. Here's Beasley. Second shot opportunity. The shot's good from Henson.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Jones. Here's Aldridge. And again, it's Minnesota.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Here's Beasley. Pass to Snell. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. And another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Clark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
That's right. And so he's able to get one of two.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Minnesota with the ball. Following the 3 by Milwaukee, Jones kicks to Muhammad. And another 3 for Minnesota.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Teletovic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Teletovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead, up 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. We welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Beasley out there with Tyler Zeller, and it's Dellavedova in at the 1 spot. Antetokounmpo against Butler. Pass to Dang. The feed to Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Teague can't hit. For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement. A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Butler at the elbow. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
The finish trips down the breakaway slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
It's Beasley on the wing. Jang defending. Middleton for 3, and the Bucks miss again.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Slimmy's checked in for Milwaukee. Jabari Parker comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Just 3 to shoot. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Minnesota leading by 7. Wiggins outside. The 3. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Wiggins kicks to Pekovic. Back to Wiggins. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Wiggins has got 17. Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised me.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He said making sharp entry feeds, getting the ball into the post, and getting points on the low block is going to be critical the rest of the way. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And, you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
For Minnesota, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Zeller, and Tony Snell subbed in for Chris Middleton. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Gibson with the steal. Parker with the steal. Here's Snell. Here's Slim. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Jones kicks to Muhammad. He tries for 3. They grab their own miss.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now defended by Muhammad. 1:32 left to play in the first half. Clock at 6. Snell. Rebound, Minnesota.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And Gibson kicks to Muhammad. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
Here's Snell. Passes it to Slim. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Parker outside. From past the arc. Pekovic with the rebound.
Well, I tell you, the Bucks are taking steps in the right direction on the road. The problem is the franchise hasn't had a winning record on the road since 2001.
Right side Gibson. No good with the layup. Here's Snell, defended by Jones. Poked away and stolen by Pekovic. By himself, and we've reached halftime in this one. Timberwolves ahead, ending the second quarter on a 12-4 run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Andrew Wiggins was the man in the first. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well. And their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half, but that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Well, just take a look at what Wiggins has done tonight. He has 17 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Bucks trail by 11. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Gorgie Dang is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Wiggins, then there's Teague, and it's Towns in at the center position.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Antetokounmpo against Teague. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Defense is right there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. That's a 2 from Parker. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And a minute played as the second half gets going. T kicks to Butler. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. In the corner, Middleton with it. Shot clock at 6. Fade away. Second chance shot. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Slim, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. To the inside, here's Teague. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 6 points for Teague. Here's Dellavedova. Teague covering. Dellavedova kicks to Middleton. 9 feet out. Shot is off. And Minnesota now the other way.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of. Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Butler against Parker. Wide open look, and he connects with the jumper.
And I really feel like he just wanted us to see that leaner there. That's a shot he's very comfortable with.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Kicks to Towns from deep three-point range. Here's Dang, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
You look at Gorgui Dieng and his development in the league out of Louisville. What a big jump for him last season.
And that's a great point. That first year, you could tell the game was a little too fast, and he was a bit overwhelmed, but started to get more and more minutes throughout the season and really blossomed with the extra opportunity.
John Henson's checked in for Jabari Parker. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And Dieng last season doubled his points per game, got enough rebounds where he could be a double-double player every night in the near future.
Knocked loose.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Bucks trail by 17.
And Dieng isn't a young player by any means, but he has learned how to fill a niche on a team quickly. Just offers good numbers and intangibles in a lot of places on the stat sheet.
Feeds it to Henson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 3rd assist on the night. Minnesota leading by 15. Teague, the pass to Dang. Butler kicks to Teague. This one for 3, and he gets it to go. Teague's got 9.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Beasley the screen. Middleton left side. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
Sure
Hey,
is.
guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was 2nd in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
So both teams changing it up here. 1:31 left in the third. Henson, a screen on Jones. Dellavedova dishes to Henson. Gibson with the steal. Now Rush. Jones for three. And he gets the bucket. Jones has got his first 3 points of the game. Looking over the numbers again, Greg, Wiggins logged a ton of minutes as a rookie. Over 36 minutes a game, Clark. That led all rookies in the NBA.
And how about leading everybody in the league in minutes played after the All-Star break, Kevin? Almost 40 minutes a game is what he averaged after the All-Star break.
Out to the right wing. And Muhammad kicks to Aldridge. There's the dish to Jones from 12 feet out. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Jones has got 5 now.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
A different look for Milwaukee. Slim comes in for John Henson. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Michael Beasley. Timberwolves leading by 22. Dishes it to Rush. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The Bucks have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Teletovic. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Teletovic has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Milwaukee. Outside, Jones, and that's not going to go. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Timberwolves ahead, just dominating this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Timberwolves leading by 21. On the floor for Milwaukee start. Oh, wow.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
Lets it go from 11. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Teague can't hit. Milwaukee's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Antetokounmpo against Teague. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And, you know, you hear everybody talking about Giannis's potential. I mean, look at the athleticism coupled with his measurables. I mean, that is just off the charts.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. for Giannis, it's not just his physique and length. Clark, he moves insanely well for a guy that size.
Yeah, Giannis also might not be done growing, Kevin.
Right.
How scary is that? I mean, you know, he could be a legit 7-foot shooting guard when it's all said and done. That would be something to see.
And he makes both free throws. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
6 to shoot. And it's Butler missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Middleton the pass to Parker. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 50.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Teague with the ball. Butler dishes to Jang. From 6 feet, and he gets it to go.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Rebound, Minnesota. Jang's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Wiggins. They get it again. Second chance shot. Teague can't hit. Bucks trail by 21. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Teague covering. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Jones checked in for Teague. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. He got right to the cup using that screen. 10 points for Slim.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Jones kicks to Wiggins. He feeds it to Towns. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Bucks trail by 21.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Jones, the pass to Butler. And the pass to Dang. Fader on the way, and it comes off the front of the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Middleton dishes to Parker. Back to Middleton. can't nail the jumper.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Bucks trail by 21. Outside, Antetokounmpo. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. That ball is good for another field goal, his sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Timberwolves.
And Clark, they really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Most definitely. They shot the ball extremely well. It's a game to be proud of.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Wiggins. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Middleton against Butler. Jones, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Middleton against Wiggins. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. That one goes. Count it.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Jones against Antetokounmpo. Wiggins left side. Fires from the wing. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Wiggins. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
There's no denying Wiggins has almost superhuman athletic ability. But he's not just raw talent, he's got the polish too. And in case you didn't know this little fun fact, he was the first Canadian to win Rookie of the Year. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.